Hey, hockey fans, T-Boss is 13-3 here with top shelf guests, Eau Claire, Wisconsin natives and current Nebraska Omaha Mavericks, Sam Stange and Zach Urdahl. This episode is sponsored by the Chippewa Steel, Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Urdahl Law, Ryan Flagg at State Farm Insurance, Dooley's Pub, and the St. Paul Shop. Mogi.
Well, this is really cool. We're down in JC's hockey basement here, surrounded by all his memorabilia, which is awesome. And we got two Eau Claire studs here, Omaha Maverick guys. It's been a while since we talked to you guys, so we got some catching up to do. We're looking forward to hearing what you have to say today.
Yeah, we are too.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
You know, we're doing this in a morning session on their Christmas break because you guys got to go and do a morning workout, a lift and workout. So it's Christmas break. Does the coach send you away and give you a list, or how do you guys handle your workouts?
As far as like on ice stuff, we're pretty much on our own. If you want to, we're expected to skate obviously, so it's kind of find your ice time and get your work in. But the off ice stuff, we have workouts from our trainer that he sends us home with. So how did you guys end up? You're going to go to one of the local rinks here, Valley Sports Academy. Do you guys call them ahead of time and say, hey, is there ice time available, or what happens there, Zach?
Yeah, so we've gotten to know the skills guy there pretty well over the past couple summers working out and skating there. So, yeah, we usually just shoot him a text to see what ice time's available. And, they're pretty busy. They got a lot of stuff going on. So, just whenever we can get in, we can hop out there and skate. So it's a pretty good deal for us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. You took our ice time on Friday.
You're joining us, aren't you?
Well, you know what? Well, they do need pylons.
They need some cones. That's what I was going to say. Oh, we'll retrieve pucks for you guys.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. So you guys both transferred from Wisconsin to Nebraska. How does the portal work? Give us a little bit of insight as to, what's the decision-making process and how does the portal work once you go, Sam?
You kind of just put your information in and enter yourself into the portal, and from there it's kind of open season. You get texts from coaches and calls from them, emails, anything like that. Just seeing if you want to talk, if you're interested in their program, stuff like that. And then it's kind of at your own pace. I think you can decide to stay in the portal as long as you want. If you want to, I don't know. I didn't love it. Just a lot going on, obviously. So, I was kind of excited to make a decision and get moving with it. But other people like to take their time more and, whether they want to take a bunch of visits and stuff like that. Some people do that.
Zach, you went to Omaha from Wisconsin the year before Sam did. Now, Omaha originally recruited you, didn't they?
Yep.
Okay, so let's look back at that. What was the decision to go to Wisconsin over Omaha back in that time?
I think being 16, 17 years old and being able to see the campus at Wisconsin and the rink and just being close to home, there's a lot of things that drew me to it.
Okay.
That I think once I got older, I learned a little bit more. I think I found that Omaha was a really good spot, especially for guys that develop a little bit later and aren't, your top round NHL draft picks. And so it was an easy decision to go to Omaha once I went in the portal.
Okay. And Sam, what was it for you when you went in? Were there more than one coaches looking at you? And you decided on Omaha, or what was the process there?
Yeah, there were a number that initially reached out. So you kind of have to get a feel for it if you want to talk to the coach and get a better idea of where you would fit in with the program, what kind of fit it would be. And then from there, I kind of tried to narrow it down to a few schools that I really wanted to get to know more about. But obviously the whole time Omaha was right at the top with connections I already had there and the coaching staff recruiting me in high school, same kind of deal. And everything I had heard about Zach's experience going there for that first year.
So pretty much you get to make the decision. Once you go in the portal, it's not the first school that offers. They have a right to you. You get to make that choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You obviously take input from coaches and
sure.
anybody else, but
yeah.
Are you both on scholarships at Omaha?
Yep.
Okay.
And you're happy that you made that decision?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So Zach, if you can tell us, why did you go in the portal?
Yeah, so like initially committed to Wisconsin under Tony Granato. After my sophomore year, he ended up parting ways with the team and brought in a new coach. And Hastings had his idea of what the program was gonna turn to, and ultimately I just wasn't a part of his plan going forward. He didn't think I had a whole lot of opportunity to play at Wisconsin, so it was something that was hard to hear and hard to go through. But luckily enough, like I landed back on my feet pretty quick with Omaha. I was only in the portal for probably 5 days max.
Holy cow.
So like I was in the portal, I was narrowed it down to a couple different schools, and then made that decision because like Sam said, like it was a long but like super short week at the same time. Like I was on calls every day. Like I was probably talking to 4 or 5 coaches every day for those 4 days that I was in the portal. Talking to like my agent and my parents and other guys that played at certain schools and know the coaches and whatnot. So you're basically in like constant communication for like 4 or 5 days.
Pretty intense.
Yeah. So similar to Sam's, like I got in the portal and I kind of wanted to just find a place that I want to call home. And I was able to do that with Omaha pretty quickly.
Did you guys take any other visits to any other schools that had reached out to you or not?
I did not. Okay. Like you said, I was recruited by Omaha in high school. I visited there. I knew the facilities,
okay.
So going into it, that was kind of the school I wanted to go to initially. When I got in the portal, I was really hoping they were going to reach out and I'd have an opportunity to go there. And so when they did, I kind of had my mindset that that's where I wanted to go. It was still a tough decision overall on where to end up going, but I didn't have to take any visits because I'd seen the place. I knew what they were about. So
now, do you tell Hastings that you're going into the portal?
Yeah. So yeah, we had a meeting one day and he said, think it over, get back to me in a day or two, and let me know what you're doing. So yeah, I just had to shoot him a call and let him know that I was going in the portal.
Okay.
Can you reach out to schools, or do you have to wait for them to reach out to you?
I think you can reach out.
Yeah, I
to
think
them
you
as
can.
well.
You can reach out to schools.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember when I was in the portal and Granato had heard I was going in the portal. He texted me, or he called me right away actually, and he asked me if there's any schools or any coaches that he wanted me to reach out for, that he would be happy to go do that. So, so you can essentially, they can contact you if you can contact them if you want to. It's kind of a two-way street.
Okay.
Sam, how about you? What motivated you to jump in the portal?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of, obviously I stayed that year after Urdahl left, and then, just wasn't playing much, honestly. So, it was a kind of a decision that was beginning to be understood throughout the year. And then by the end of it, it was a mutual thing, where I kind of went in and, Coach Hastings was like, "Where are you thinking of going?" before I had even said it. So,
Wow.
It was it was kind of an understanding that we came throughout the year, which, his job was to come in and win games, and that's what he did in his first year. And it was fun to be a part of regardless. So, by the end of the year though, it was just like, I have another year to play, and, I want to be in the lineup and be able to contribute. So I knew it was going to happen.
Did he give you any indication why you weren't being put in the lineup?
Yeah, you have those conversations throughout the year. You obviously want to be a part of the lineup, and he was giving me the conversations to know what I kind of had to do, and I just wasn't able to put performances together like I needed to, basically.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, good for you guys, though. Obviously, you landed at home in Omaha, and we've been able to watch you guys. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All right. But, overall, how's the season been going for you guys? Zach, how do you feel so far about the ride that Omaha's been doing this year?
Yeah, I think you can look at it in different ways. I look at it as the fact that we we have a good team, and we play some really good sections of games. The biggest thing for us is to continuously put 60 minutes together every single night. We've had our ups and downs throughout the year, but it's when we're going and we're all playing our game, we're playing to our identity. We're a very good team, and so I think it's important for us to focus on being consistent throughout the entire game, because when you have little slip ups for 5-10 minutes, maybe an entire period, it's like you're not going to win many games in the NCHC or in college hockey in general. There's so many good teams, so many good players that you got to be locked in for the full 60 minutes every night, or you're not going to find too much success. So that's kind of the way that I see it, is that we have those moments of some really good hockey, and it's about just finding that every single game.
Oh, Sam's nodding his head like
There's not a whole lot to add to that. I mean, obviously, we're kind of still trying to dig out of that hole that we put ourselves in. Games 3 through 8 went on a little skid there. So, I don't really have anything to add to that. It's pretty good. Okay. Pretty good summary of it.
So we were talking to Zach and Sam earlier when we sat down, and we're talking about the NCAA appearance that Omaha made last year. And you said that the second half of the season you went on a 12-3 run.
It was something like that. It was we ended up getting swept by Denver at home pretty bad. That was the middle of January, and then after that, the rest of the year, I think we lost 3 or 4 games the rest of the year. I think we lost 1 or 2 in the regular season to finish the year after that. So we were able to get pretty hot last year at the right time, when it mattered. And so that's something that we're eyeing up for this year.
So you just finished up the first half. You split with Lindenwood. How do you feel about your team right now? I know you're on break and you're trying to take some time and relax and decompress and celebrate with your families and stuff, but how do you feel looking into the second half of the season? What do you anticipate happening when you get back there?
I think mentally, I think the team's in a good spot coming off of the break. Obviously the Friday loss to Lindenwood was a pretty hefty punch in the gut. But I think it's a good thing that it felt that way, because everyone's on the same page and we understand that that's not going to cut it. And so I felt like we put together a nice gritty performance on Saturday to answer it. And so I think going into the break off of a game like that, where you're starting to figure out how to win games different ways when you need to, is a good feeling. So I feel like we're in a good spot going forward. And obviously this break is going to be awesome just to reset and get some family time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
you were both able to continue wearing your former team numbers, number 3 and number 6. Were those numbers open when you guys arrived at Omaha, or did you pull seniority because you were upperclassmen and bump numbers away? What happened there?
No, 6 just happened to be open. I thought about doing some other number. I've never been on a team where I can wear like a high number, in the 70s or 80s or something. like it's always been kind of the standard traditional numbers wherever I've been. So I thought about doing that, but then I ultimately just stuck with 6. I've been wearing it for 6 years straight now or whatever it's been. So ended up just sticking with it because it was available.
Same here. I got a text from one of the assistants a little bit after I committed there, and he's like, "Hey, you want to stick with 3?" And I had thought about maybe going to a higher number, more traditional forward number, but he said 3 was open. I didn't want to give him any trouble, so I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, nice. So any significance to those numbers, or that's just what you got early on and you just stuck with it?
For me, mine's kind of a weird little story. So I was always 17. I grew up wearing 17 a bunch, and then in high school 17, and then I was going to be 17 in juniors, but some guy ended up taking 17. So I went with 6 because in Team Wisconsin I was number 46 the first year because they just kind of gave out numbers. So I got 46, and the following year for Team Wisconsin we had to be lower numbers, so I dropped the 4 and just went with 6. So then the equipment manager in Lincoln gave me 6 because that's what I had before. And then essentially I've just stuck with 6 ever since I got into juniors. So
Okay.
It's been a good number so far.
yeah, it's just I got no problems with it. I like it. I think it looks clean, so I just keep rolling with it.
How about you?
I just kind of wore it growing up in youth. I had it a couple years back to back. And then when I got to high school, my brother took 3. So I was 9 there. And then when I had the chance to go back to it at Wisconsin, I was like, yeah, 3 would be a cool one to have again. So,
Well, I'd like to think that you and one of our other former guests, Michael Kapla, former Eau Claire kid, who wears number 3, that you guys just picked that number because that's my number. But that's not the case, I guess, huh?
I didn't hear him say that.
One could only hope.
Good try.
All right.
All right, so you guys are in Omaha and you play at Baxter Arena. Tell us about the rink and tell us about your fan support there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased, but I think Baxter is one of the nicest rinks in college hockey, without a doubt. Our facilities are incredible. The rink in general is unreal, and then the fan experience is next to none, I think, in college hockey. We were 4th in attendance last year.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, I think the rink is perfect size too. I think it seats 7,800, and
Holy cow.
we get pretty close to filling it out most nights. So it's a pretty fun atmosphere to play in.
Nice.
yeah, I don't want to. It's not like a diamond in the rough, but it's not a place that you would expect to have that kind of fan support. I think down in Omaha, just not like a traditional hockey hotbed or whatever. But the UNO support that the fans give is pretty crazy. It's awesome to see.
Can you compare the fans in Omaha to Wisconsin at all? I should say the college kids. The college kids, are they all about the same, where they're just, rambunctious no matter which stadium you're in, or does Omaha have a little bit better college fan support?
I mean, I'd say it's probably pretty similar. I mean, Wisconsin's obviously got a historic program with a ton of fans too. So it's I think I've been lucky enough to, I guess both of us have been lucky enough to play in 2 places that have really good fan support and get good showings at games for fan outcomes. So I'd say it's pretty similar, but yeah, I mean, I kind of like what Sam said about the Omaha not being your traditional like hockey market. The fan support is incredible, and it's a little bit probably better than most people would expect it to be.
Do you have a favorite chant that the college fans give to either you guys or the opposing team on the ice?
I honestly don't even recognize it that
Not
much
in games,
in game.
no.
Yeah, you don't really think about
yeah.
it too much.
Your coach would be happy to hear
hear
that. We're focused on the game.
Good answer.
That's true.
You hear them yelling, and you hear that they're loud. I don't always make out what they're saying though. So.
Yeah. I will say though that at Baxter, after home wins, we go out after the game and sing the fight song in a circle, jumping around with all the fans.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's a really cool, experience.
Man.
So you mentioned Omaha not being a traditional hockey market, and I get that in Nebraska, but you do have the Omaha Lancers there from the USHL. Any type of youth hockey or high school hockey or anything like that you've been able to get out to and experience at all?
You have more than
Yeah, I was gonna say. So hockey's grown a lot in Omaha. And, over from what I've heard the past 5-10 years, it's starting to get a lot bigger down there. So yeah, I've been lucky enough. We have a kind of a partner that helps us organize like NIL deal type things. So I've been able to go out and coach with some youth teams. Do that every couple weeks or every week maybe or so. You get the opportunity to go out there and skate with, I've been helping coach this U14 girls hockey team. And it's fun to get out there and help them out and try and, teach them a thing or two. But I think it's just cool that you can see when you get on the ice and because the kids don't know you're coming, basically. You kind of just show up with our schedules are pretty packed. So, we kind of just shoot the coach a text, like, hey, I can make it tonight. And you get to step out there and you can kind of see the girls just get super excited that you're out there, and they come up and they're talking to you, asking your questions and whatnot. So it's really cool. Again, that goes back to the fan support. It's incredible. And you can see the growth of the growth in Omaha hockey is coming a lot. So
That's cool that you guys give back like that. That's
that
nice.
is cool, and I can understand that as a youth hockey player or a young player, when you get a couple of studs from the college team coming to help you out for practice, that's pretty cool. Plus, I'm sure the girls are just salivating over a big stud like you showing up, huh?
Okay, on that note, we're going to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Chippewa Steel is a proud sponsor of the Breakout Sessions podcast. If you're looking for a great night of hockey, a Steel game is the place to be. You can find their schedule online at ChippewaSteelHockey.com or by following their social media pages at Chippewa Steel Hockey. And Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin since 1954. The orthopedic surgeons and trainers serve many area schools. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff. And Urdahl Law, the law firm you want on your side, focusing on criminal defense and personal injury. Harry Urdahl has been obtaining results for clients in the Chippewa Valley since 1981. When you need legal help if injured or accused of a crime, call 715-832-4330 for a free in-person consultation. Mogi.
So, guys, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your head coach's last name, but tell us about your head coach. Is it Mike Gabinet or Gabinet? Gabinet. Okay. Tell us about him. Tell us about the coaching staff, and tell us about the makeup of your team.
The coaching staff is awesome. Coach Gabinet, Noel Bernier, Peter Aubry, Ben Hambrook too. They're all just eager to help you out and help you get better. Always willing to watch some film with you. Bernie has NHL experience coaching, and Pete was in the AHL for a while. So it's just nice to have guys like that you can always go to, and they're on the ice with you every day, helping you get better. So it's a great group of staff that we got.
Nice. How about teammates?
Yeah, I mean, both years that I've been in Omaha, we've had just a great group of guys. I think what separates us from a lot of teams is like we have 28 guys that all just love the game and want to like get better, and the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes, like even off the ice, of just taking care of your body, and like when you're away from the rink, making sure you're doing things that are gonna help yourself and help the team going forward is crucial. So I think we have an unbelievable group of guys. Don't have much else to add on that. Just we have a great group, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and a lot of guys that just want to get better and push you to get better every day.
Nice.
So you guys play in the NCHC, and you used to play in the Big Ten. Are the teams pretty much the same competition level, or is it a different style of hockey in the NCHC, Sam?
I would say it's a little bit different style. Nothing crazy. You obviously see teams at the top of the conference, both of the conferences at the top of the national rankings every year. So as far as the competition level, it's fairly similar. But I think a lot of people call it more of a pro style in the NCHC, a little bit maybe heavier. Whereas the Big Ten sometimes is more of looked at as a skill league. And so I think that's probably one of the main differences that you hear between the two.
Is there a particular barn in the NCHC that's the toughest to play in or the loudest to play in?
I haven't been to all of them yet, so he's going to have to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, Western Michigan is a really fun atmosphere. It's a super old barn. Like fans are they're on top of you. They get really rowdy, so that's a tough place to play, but it's really fun. And then North Dakota is kind of like you're playing in an NHL rink, so and they're pretty rowdy too. So I'd say North Dakota and then Western Michigan are two that are really fun to play in.
Would you consider those your two top rivals too, or is it you got a different rival?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like North Dakota is a big one for us. I think Colorado College is a little bit too. I'm not sure how much has been in the past, but playing them last year, especially in the playoffs last year. I know we have some mutual dislike for each other's teams. So, but those games are always fun to play in. Like they have a good program and a good team, and so yeah, I mean, Colorado College is a really fun one to play in too.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. So, all right, we had the opportunity to see you guys in St. Cloud a week ago Saturday. Game didn't turn out the way you'd wanted. You know, Mogi and I are watching, and first 10 minutes of the game, you guys were on fire. Scored a goal, I think, within a minute.
First minute
of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of a spiral after that. So, in a situation like that, where the game doesn't go the way you want it to be, you're in the locker room. Who's the team leader in the locker room? Who's the guy that's getting you focused? Who's the one that's trying to put you back on track?
We kind of have a pretty good mix, I'd say. Obviously, we look to our captain, Nolan Krenzen, for the majority of it. But at any given time, I think there's a handful of people who have the wisdom or will speak up and kind of try to guide us the right way. But in general, I feel like we are usually on a similar page, and it's just whoever happens to find the words at the time, I guess.
You were given one of the crests as a leader of the team, Sam. How does that come about? Does the team pick the captains, or does the coach pick the captains for the team?
I think it was a team
Yeah,
vote.
so we voted as a team. After we left for spring, all the returning guys just like shot our coach a text and just said, "Hey, I think these couple guys would be a good fit as captains for the team next year." And then we did another one after our summer training. So we did 2 going into summer and then 2 after summer that we voted on.
I got to say, as a brand new guy, Sam, you must have made quite an impression with your leadership to be able to be honored with that assistant captainship.
It was pretty humbling to hear. Yeah, definitely.
Pretty cool. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's not something you expect coming in like that, obviously. But it was definitely cool to hear that that's what the teammates thought of me that early on.
Nice.
You know, there was a recent, like within this last week, an article in College Hockey News, and you know, there was a lot of positive things that Zach said about you. You know, you great shot, smart player, size, speed. Okay, Zach, I know you were on the spot there, and you had to talk really good about this guy that was your teammate in you know, a few different locations. But you know, when you're not in that spot, what are you really chirping to this guy?
Yeah, there's a little friendly banter, usually between football and being a Packers fan. I'm a Vikings fan, so there's a little rivalry there going. But no, like, I mean, what I said I meant. I didn't just you know, put a show on for the cameras or anything. Obviously, he stepped in this year and had a big impact on our team. And I think in every aspect of the ice, you know, he helps our team out. So, yeah, just super pumped that he was able to come to Omaha and make an impact like he has and find success. It's good to see.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Hey, let's give another shout out to our sponsors, State Farm Insurance. For all your family's insurance needs, see Ryan Flagg at State Farm Insurance in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Ryan has been a proud backer of the hockey community for decades and continues to play the game himself. Although he's on injured reserve right now, Ryan had 2 knees replaced recently in December. So if you get out there and see him, make sure you send him some good wishes. And Dooley's Pub has been Eau Claire's home for hockey and all sports fans since 2005. Dooley's Pub is a proud booster of the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire and local high schools. Dooley's is located on historic Water Street, providing excellent food and service, and has all of your favorite sports televised at all times. And the St. Paul Shop is a proud sponsor of Cottage Grove, Minnesota youth hockey and the Breakout Sessions podcast. Since 2015, this independent, family-owned, full-service vehicle repair service has been providing the Southeast metro area with the highest quality work in a friendly and personalized manner. Discounts are provided to senior citizens as well as our valued members of the military, and free towing with repair is available within our service area. Give them a call or stop in today.
So you guys had a tough spot with St. Cloud. You had the downer with Lindenwood. And we talked about the leadership roles after those games. On the flip side, there's always a guy or two in the locker room that keeps things light, kind of the jokester. who's the guy or guys in the team that are? Oh, look at Sam, he's smiling. It's not you, is it?
No, it's definitely not me. I think we could probably both agree it's Rolly most of the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say my immediate thought was Tyler Rollwagon. So he's the team funny guy. He's always running his mouth in the locker room. He's also a Vikings fan, so he gives it to Sam quite a bit about the Packers and whatnot. So, I would say him for sure.
Yeah, Ellis is usually providing some backup.
Mm-hmm.
So he's chirping the guys a little bit in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean
everything.
It's some chirping, it's some jokes, whatever. But yeah, I mean it gets old for me at times because we've got a few more Vikings fans in the locker room this year than Packer fans, and I've never taken the kind of heat that I've taken this year. But
oh, so he's riding you like a running mule.
Yeah, they all usually are a little bit.
Okay.
Well, we're getting towards the end of the season, and Packers and Vikings both having a good year, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens come playoffs.
Come playoffs, it's a whole different ballgame, as everybody knows.
That's right.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Zach, you ended up dealing with an injury this year and missed a few games. How are things going, and are you feel like you're back 100%?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my initial injury wasn't anything too bad. So, I missed the one game against ASU, and then the weekend against Miami. Kind of on the side of precaution. Didn't want to injure it anymore. But yeah, at this point we're just about 100%, feeling good and ready to tackle the rest of the season here.
Good for you.
Nice. So Sam, you're leading the team in points right now. You got 11 points on 7 goals and 4 assists, and Zach is right behind you at 10 points with 7 goals and 3 assists. So what's happening this year that you guys have had so much success offensively?
He'd probably be ahead of me if he hadn't been out those games. I'll add that in, but I think it's just a product of the coaching staff instilling confidence in us, getting chances that way. And then just the hard work that gets put in. I think there's no substitute for just working hard and trusting your abilities and being at a place where everyone's looking to get better, and you don't have the chance to kind of take a day off, but you also don't want to. I think it's probably a product of that.
Yeah.
One game, personal observation, just the one that we saw. Zach, two-way player. I haven't seen you skate that hard back checking ever. So I don't know if the coach instilled a rocket in your hind end to get moving to both ends of the rink, but that was fun to watch. And Sam, physical. You were finishing your checks. You were going into the corner and laying people out into the boards. That was fun to watch. So whatever the coaching staff is doing, personal observation, it's working. So it was fun to watch that aspect of your games.
It's good to hear.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. So you both had the opportunity to go to NHL prospect camps. So Zach, let's start with you. You went to Las Vegas.
Yep.
How did that happen? Did they reach out to you? Do you reach out to teams? Tell us how that whole, how it happened.
Yeah. So they'll talk to your agent. Basically, just say, hey, like we want to invite him to our development camp this summer. So right around March is when for me I had a bunch of teams reach out, and then it's just kind of picking which one that you think is the best fit. Especially as an undrafted free agent, it's like going to a camp. Like it doesn't mean that team's going to sign you, and just because you go to their camp doesn't mean other teams are upset that you went to that camp or anything. So there's no like bad blood there with any other teams, depending on which one you pick. So it's just picking one that you feel is a good camp and something that you can learn a lot from. And ultimately landed on going to Vegas' camp, and it was a lot of fun and enjoyed a lot. Took a lot away from it, so it was a good experience.
And that was your first one?
Yep.
How many guys are at that camp, or the camp you were at?
I think Vegas had 35 maybe.
And are they NCAA hockey players? Or are they from the OHL? Where are they coming from?
Pretty much anywhere. There was some college guys, some major junior guys. They have like their drafted guys, free agents. They have young guys that have signed and played in either the AHL or the ECHL. So basically anyone young and under contract that they want to have come, they're guys that are drafted and then guys that they invite. So it's a mix of a bunch of different guys from pretty much every background you could imagine.
Sam, you went to the Red Wings prospect. Did you go once or twice?
I think this was my third year going to it.
Third year.
Yeah.
Holy buckets. So obviously they must see something in you, even despite the downturn last year with the Badgers, that they wanted you back to go through the camp.
Yeah, it was nice to get the invite to it. I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to go with graduating and rights expiring and everything like that. Obviously, it's a different process than the undrafted one. But it's been nice to, especially last year, kind of was the year that I felt like I was really getting comfortable there, and it's cool to kind of get familiar with some of the staff and some of the people that you see every year. And it's not as intimidating as it once was. Obviously, it's always exciting, but to get a little more comfort was really cool.
That's got to be cool for you guys. Yeah, I understand it's prospect camp, but you're still wearing all the gear from the pro team. That's, you pull up on the Knight's crest, you pull on the famed Red Wing. How cool is that? I mean, that's got to be just amazing for you.
It's super cool.
Yeah, it's
definitely.
cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's getting to wear the gear and getting to be around their facilities and meet with like coaches and their staff and whatnot. And it's a fun experience, and you take a lot away from it. It's something I'm pretty grateful that I got to go do.
So are the actual NHL coaches themselves on the ice with you guys, or is it maybe their AHL or ECHL coaching staff? Who's on the ice with you?
We, for the first couple days, we had Bruce Cassidy, the Vegas Golden Knights coach, was on the ice with us. And then the last couple days was the AHL coach, the Henderson Silver Knights. So we got to meet them both.
So what are the drills that they're running you through? Are you guys actually doing skill drills so that they can observe your talent?
Yeah, I think it varies by the organization. Some are more of like a testing camp, and others are just more of an experience for the kids. I know in Detroit they emphasize that it's like the middle of June, July, whatever it is. They understand that you're not always going to be at your peak, whether it's skill or conditioning wise, but it's just a matter of getting there and getting to experience it and taking some drills back home and just taking tips that they give you. So it's mostly an emphasis on skill drills, I'd say. It's not like they're trying to kill you with skating you all day long and stuff like that. They're just
no big skates.
No, not for us. There's a little bit of testing in there,
sure,
that you get tired from, but it's pretty short.
So I understand you're in the middle of your season and your focus needs to be on there, but are you guys taking a sneak peek of beyond this season and what's going to happen? Let's say when your season finishes, hopefully it's at the Frozen Four down in St. Louis, because we're going to be there. We'd love to be able to watch you guys take home the Frozen Four championship. That'd be very cool. But are you taking a peek on, or are you thinking about or talking with your agents about what's going to happen after this year? Do you have another year to play? One more?
No, I'm done.
So you're done.
Yep.
So you're both pretty much going to be done with college hockey after this. So
yeah, I could probably technically apply for one more, I think, after last year, but I don't think
okay.
I don't think that's in the cards.
No, I'm done. I don't get another year.
Okay.
So I think it's hard not to think about the future and like what could happen and whatnot. But I think the best thing that you can do is just focus on each day, take it one day at a time. It's really easy to look forward and think about what's going to happen after college. But one, I think it's just important to stay in the moment for your own success and taking it day by day, and also just enjoying where you're at and enjoying playing college hockey, because obviously it doesn't last forever, and you want to enjoy it as much as you can. So it's try to limit the amount of times you think of what's going to happen afterwards.
Yeah.
I was going to say the best way you can handle it, I think, or the way you're going to get the most opportunity is just by staying where you're at and letting it all fall where it does, I think.
Okay.
So let's assume the best, and the season is ending, and whatever team contacts you guys, are you willing to make that jump even if it entails starting in the ECHL or the AHL? Would you guys be willing to make that jump?
Definitely,
Yeah,
I think,
100%. I think any way that you can get in with an organization and start to prove yourself and kind of pave way for you to keep jumping up levels no matter where you start at, just getting the foot in the door, and then from there just about work and building your way up.
What's a day in the life of an Omaha college hockey player, a non-game day? It's a Tuesday. What's the outlook? What's that day like?
So I usually, wake up around 8:00 ish. We usually don't have our first thing until probably 10. This is the first lift option that we have. So we have the option to lift 10 o'clock, 11:30, or after practice. So I'm usually in that first 10 o'clock window, and then get the lift done. And then we have an option for skills ice at 11:30. So that's for about 45 minutes. And then we'll have a team meeting and practice at 12:30 right after that. So then after that, it's get our lunch at the rink, get our stretches in, our cold tub, work with the trainer, whatever you need to do for the next day. And then this semester I had class at 4:00 Monday through Thursday. So I would head over to campus and go to class for an hour and 15. And then after that, it was go home, get dinner, do a little bit of homework, hang out. So,
Zach, how about you?
Yeah, so I get up 8:39 probably. I work out after practice. That's something that's cool that our coaches allow us to do, to kind of pick what workout time you want to go at. So I'm more of a workout after practice guy. So I'll usually get to the rink about 10 o'clock. Have a cup of coffee, shoot it with the guys and hang out for, like an hour, tape the stick, get ready to go for the day. And then, we have usually an 11 o'clock meeting. And then after that, we have the open ice to go out and work on anything that you want to do on your own. And then, practice 12:30. And then I'll usually lift that after practice, like I said. So I'm usually done with that by 2:33. And then it's, meeting with the trainers, getting any sort of treatment, stretching out, getting on the bike, doing whatever to make sure your body's feeling good and ready to go for the next day to come.
So, Sam, you mentioned the word optional a couple of times on some things. Is there ever a time when the coach says, this isn't optional for you? We need you to go out there and we need you to work on this specific skill or this specific, maybe it's a power play thing or something like that?
I think probably special teams is one of the times where maybe that optional ice will turn into, we need these guys out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think coaches usually need to tell us, like, you got to go out and work on this. Usually guys will seek them out and either ask them what they need to do, or they'll just go grab an assistant coach or something to do a drill after practice. But yeah, for the most part, it optional truly means optional,
okay.
I'd say. And
okay.
especially getting into the middle and the end of the season here, he really encourages, if you need it, take it off and just be ready to go for the hour and a half of practice that we have.
Yeah.
Don't burn yourself out or get too tired from that.
Yeah.
I see that you both got a little bit of growth going here around the facial. Is that because it's Christmas break and you just were too lazy to shave when you came over here, or is this like the playoff beard like the NHL and you guys are getting ready for the end of the season already?
Strictly just too lazy to shave. No reason to right now. At home. No, I don't grow that much facial hair. It takes me a while to get it going, so it usually kind of looks awkward before it looks good. So we just shave it before.
Right. Yeah, no, same here. I don't have a whole lot going on with it.
Okay.
So I had a question, and it's not going to affect you guys, but I just want to kind of pick your brains on this. There's been a big change in the NCAA where next year they're going to start allowing guys from major junior to come and play in U.S. college programs. It used to be that the major junior guys were compensated, and I'm sure they still will be. But I think they look at the change with you guys in the NCAA with the name, image, likeness. So that's kind of like your payment. So they figured it's an even playing field. What do you think allowing the guys from major junior to, after they're done or after a year, to come down and play in the NCAA? How's that going to affect U.S. colleges?
I think like you mentioned, the reasoning for it obviously makes a lot of sense. You can't really look at us being able to make money off NIL and say that they still can't play.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to change a lot. I mean, we know our coaches are already changing their recruiting schedules a little bit because you add 3 leagues that you got to kind of add to the recruiting process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously going to change, I think, the structure of teams and probably average age and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of changes the next couple of years of it.
With you guys moving from Wisconsin out to Nebraska, are your parents or families able to get to any games?
Yeah, they still are. I'm lucky to have quite a bit of family that makes it down, and Zach does too.
Yeah, I was just saying, my parents. It's pretty incredible the amount of support that I get from them, and even like my extended family, like my aunts and uncles and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't think my dad's missed a home game that I've played in Omaha yet in a year and a half.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't think him and my younger brother Jacob have missed a game, and I think my mom missed one weekend for like a girls' weekend that she had planned, but outside of that, and that was early last year. So, and then obviously with us, with a lot of NCHC teams being close to here, like Duluth, St. Cloud, North Dakota, yeah, they're able to travel quite a bit. So it's pretty special to be able to have them be at pretty much most games. So
that's sweet.
It's good to have that
really
support.
awesome.
No doubt about it. Mm-hmm. Nice guys.
So, Sam, we had your brother on in a little spotlight interview. Oh, that's got to be a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
And I see he got a goal last night in the high school game. Were you there to watch your brother?
Yeah, I was. That was fun to watch. He's been playing well this year, starting to get a little confidence, and yeah, I was really impressed with the way that he was playing last night. So it was fun to see.
All right.
When we talked to him, he was going from Pee Wee to Bantam, and he was like licking his chops down here, just talking about, I finally get the check. So has that mindset carried into high school? Is he a banger out there?
Yeah, he's not afraid to toss it around, I think. He's getting bigger and stronger and getting more comfortable, kind of using his body in the right way, I think. And obviously at times you just want to hit somebody.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, I got one last question for you guys, and it's an individual question for each of you. We'll start with Zach. What is your personal goal for the second half of the season?
I mean, I think personally, just continue for me to round out my game and be ready to play a pro game at the end of the season and going into next year. I mean, pro hockey is a lot different than college hockey, and obviously that's where my sights are at is doing that. So I think just focusing on the things that I can control on a personal basis, and just making sure that I'm ready to go for pro hockey when the time comes.
Excellent. Sam?
Probably a similar answer, I think. I would say consistency is something that I'm still trying to polish off. Just being able to form habits the right habits that just come naturally every night, and being able to kind of play the right way all the time, which I feel like I'm starting to do a little bit more. So the second half will just be more about continuing to do that and hopefully keep contributing to the team and hopefully help turn it around a little bit here in the second half.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, hoping for a heat up second half of the season with you guys.
Thanks a lot for coming back and being on the breakout sessions. I know Christmas break is a special time, and you guys took the time to sit down with us, and all we can say is thanks a lot for taking the time to sit with us again.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to visit our sponsors. They truly keep us in the game, and leave a review on your favorite social media platform. Helps Mogi and I stay in the game.
Absolutely, and a huge thank you to our guests, Sam Stange and Zach Urdahl, as well as you folks, our faithful listeners. Please remember to visit our sponsors, the Chippewa Steel, Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Hertel Law, Ryan Flagg at State Farm Insurance, Dooley's Pub, and the St. Paul Shop. And remember, folks, until next time, keep your head on a swivel and stay on your inside edges.